My name is Steve Sauer. I am a local artist and local designer.
I work for a little company here at Idea Foundry called Bigger Tuna. We do prototyping, product development, and patenting, primarily for independent inventor crowd. People come around Idea Foundry all the time with really good ideas and have zero idea what to do with them, and we kind of help align them, whether it's building a prototype or putting together a patent or helping them with some graphics so they can go out and make a sale, that type of thing. I found out about the Idea Foundry, this particular space being available. One of my friends said, hey, there's going to be this new place downtown called the Idea Foundry. I then researched and found out they already had a place over on 5th Corrugated Way. And I was able to take a tour of this building. It was about 6-7 years ago. They didn't have any power. It was a flashlight tour. I remember going through the building with Alex, who's the gentleman that started the whole gig, and came up to the 2nd floor and saw all the light. It was sunset, all the light was spilling through the windows. This whole 2nd floor, which was a 30,000 square foot space, was just bathed in this orange glow from the sunset. And the moment my eyes broke the plane of that 2nd floor, I said to myself, this is where I got to put my business. This is perfect. I've always been sort of a dumpster diver. In college, in the ID program, we used to look through the dumpsters for bits of material to build models with. So I have a keen eye for looking in a dumpster or the side of the road and seeing something that I know I need to put into a model. In the year since I've been at Idea Foundry, I started looking in the trash cans and seeing bits and pieces of things that people have worked on and thrown away. I'm really interested in what people discard. They're making a project in the little bits of leftover things that they throw away. I see that and say, hey, that's something I can incorporate. So I routinely would look through the trash cans and pull out things that other people are getting rid of, and started kind of stockpiling stuff and then seeing sort of the relationship between the colors and the textures and the shapes, and sort of mixing and matching things until came up with something that was visually pleasing to me. And then I started actually making art pieces from that. These 2 pieces of metal, I believe these are parts from a combine. One of the other artists here at Idea Foundry, Mark Rosen, would go out and collect all sorts of metal things, and he would create animals and other objects with these found parts. He at one point was clearing out his studio and said, hey, I'm going to give you a few things, hopefully you can use them in art, because I was very interested in what he was doing. He gave me these 2 pieces, and I kept kind of flipping around almost like a Rubik's Cube, figure out like what am I going to do with them, and I stumbled across this formation which really gives a personality. There's actually sort of 2 faces or 2 personalities, with the whole here being sort of the eye or the focus. One you can see kind of like the skull or skeletal thing with the mouth, and then if you look at them on this side, it kind of looks like what I would call sort of an octopus man. So there's kind of 2 different faces there. If you look and you can see it, there's multiple personalities, and based on the viewing angle, it kind of changes as you walk around it. You'll sort of see it differently. One thing I do typically is the scraps of the leftover things that I make then become other pieces of art. So you see a lot of common threads, colors, textures, and materials through my art. This is the old fish dinner. So this material in here, this is an old metal lat that came out of, I assume, an old bathtub or whatever. You still see the concrete in there. It was laying around. It was actually on the ground outside of Idea Foundry. The moment I looked at it, it looked to me like sort of ribs or fish. I saw like it looks like someone tore open a fish. So the rest of the scraps, this is some old fence paneling. This is all sort of dumpster trash and build up the scene with my lemon. This is something that's done on the thermoforming vac forming machine. And basically this is strips of yellow foam or structural foam they use in the automotive industry. When you heat them up, it turns out that they sort of melt. So I built this up and then sucked a piece of plastic, thermoformed a piece of plastic down on top of it, and then hit it with some spray paint to make it look consistent. So I really like the shape of that. I'd like to do more experimentation with the thermoforming machine. Okay, so this is another found art. For the most part, there's probably only 3 or 4 pieces here that were actually cut specifically to make this piece. These were all found ones, and again, the whole idea of like, I got a lot of pieces, a lot of scraps, I like the look of what's going on, sort of rearrange them until some sort of personality pops out at you. So in this case, there's two different things going on. One is obviously the face, and then if you look from the top, the split where the eyes are, you sort of get a different personality looking from the top. And then if you angle it down, it kind of changes the personality a little bit. I probably see that more than other people do, but one of the things I really love is a piece of art where you walk around it and sort of the mood of it shifts based on where you are location-wise. So again, this is all found art stuff, just put together.